Great Scott!
Oh man, this is heavy.
It wasn't the same, now it goes to show. Welcome back, everyone, to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow time traveler Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're completing the Back to the Future trilogy with the Wild West movie, Back to the Future Part 3.
One I don't think gets enough love.
Yeah. But before we do that, make sure to find us on Facebook, the Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and Lemonade.
And make sure to like, comment, share our videos, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Its numbers are a bit low these days.
Yep, and we're still trying to grow our audience.
But
so, yeah, if you are watching, definitely recommend us.
I guess I went to the overview.
By all means.
Back to the Future Part 3 is a 1990 science fiction and western film, and the third and final installment of the Back to the Future trilogy. Filmed back-to-back with the previous film, the film was produced by Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment, and distributed by Universal Pictures. The film was directed by Robert Zemeckis, from a screenplay written by Bob Gale based on a story written by Zemeckis and Gale. The film stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Mary Steenburgen, Thomas F. Wilson, and Leah Thompson. And now the synopsis. In this final chapter, Marty McFly obtains a 70-year-old message from the time-traveling Dr. Emmett Brown, in which he informs Marty that he is retired to a small town in the Old West. Marty then finds out that Doc Brown was murdered shortly after sending the letter. In order to save his friend, Marty will have to travel back in time, despite his a love-struck Doc from a local school teacher, and repair the DeLorean, all while avoiding a posse of gunslingers. It was a fine movie.
Yeah, I enjoy this movie. I don't fully understand why it gets a bit of a middling or a little bit of a bad rap. I don't fully understand that.
The future gets back to the second movie gets that more.
Well,
the third one.
Yeah, because the second film is a bit of a rehash.
Yeah.
I mean, the best parts are really the future and the horrible timeline.
Yeah. But let's go into the main star himself, Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. Yeah, his story arc from the last movie ends.
Yeah, with a nice bow.
Yep.
Finally learns not to let insults make him impulsive.
Yep. He's just there to just try to get Doc back to the future.
Which is a very good thing. I mean, that's his friend. I mean,
despite being stuck one extra day in 1955, maybe another day.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. And then finding out all about his history. I mean, some relatives himself, where Michael J. Fox gets to play Seamus McFly.
Yep, his ancestor that first moved to America.
Yep. He's mainly there in the first McFly to get bullied by a Tannen. Even though we don't really see that, it's only foreshadowed when Marty dresses up as same.
Well, yeah, wears his hat.
Yeah, we don't really see that. See Mad Dog pick on him at all.
Is that just forever a thing
Yeah.
that McFlys must deal with?
Yeah.
A Tannen trying to muscle
Yep.
them
Yep.
into submission?
Yep. He also becomes the conscience for Marty.
Yeah.
After Marty gets bullied by Mad Dog to go do a gunslinging fight.
Yep. A shoot-off at high noon.
Yep. Well, Marty tries to be the voice of reason for Doc.
Yeah. But Doc has other things on his mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he also tries to do. He also does learn his lesson, like we said, but he's the only one who goes back to 1985. Although he does pick a good alias this time. He picks one for himself instead of having it picked for him. Clint Eastwood.
Which makes me wonder, has Clint himself seen the movie? And how did he feel about it?
It was his permission that they could use his name in the thing because he liked the first movie so much.
Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was all out of course, because of his alias's supposed death. They named the ravine after him.
But overall, I think Michael J. Fox did fantastic in this. Plus, I also didn't know that he knew how to moonwalk.
Yep.
Huh. Who would have thought?
Yep. So let's talk about the true star of the movie. Christopher Lloyd as Dr. Emmett Brown.
Yes.
This is basically his movie.
Yeah. This mainly revolves around his story.
Yep. Where he's both the plot point and the...
He's the MacGuffin and the main protagonist.
Yeah. Yeah, because Marty's... Well, first we get a brief appearance from 50s Emmett Brown. After Marty has to go back to go get him to go take him at the beginning to try to take him back to his future again.
And luckily they have Mr. Fusion.
Yep. So they don't have to worry about another lightning strike.
But he should have gotten more gas.
Yep. Of course. We get a call back for the future boy from 50s Zach. When he's still disoriented of seeing Marty again. Just seconds after they sent him back to the future. Yep. And he also gets to see his own grave, 50s Zach.
Which, geez, how many times has Doc had to just... Mm-hmm. I know that has to mess you up somehow, some way of just finding out, oh, I'm going to die. Oh, I am dead. Oh, I'm going to be committed. Mm-hmm. How is this man still keeping things in stride? Yeah. Same thing with Marty. We almost saw this man disappear out of existence.
Yeah. Of course, Christopher Lloyd. Of course, we also get to hear about his inspiration, Zach Brown, with science. Mainly from Jules Verne and H.G. Wells. Yeah. Well, mainly Jules Verne. Inspiring with science. Although when you find out in the video game that the old movie Frankenstein, the 30s Frankenstein, inspired him to do more do the actual scientific stuff.
Dr. Frankenstein, actually.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Why would you pick the guy that wanted to feel like God?
Mm-hmm. Along with it being already a Universal owned property.
Licensing.
Yeah. But, yeah. So we say goodbye to 50s Doc after he finds out that he's going to be dead by Mad Dog Tannen. And he dresses Marty up crap.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
And,
even before Rhinestone Cowboy came out.
Yep. That he ends up sending him back to the past, 1885. And then that's where we learn that Doc finds out that he's going to fall in love, which he doesn't believe at first. At first he's just trying to get out of town so Doc that he doesn't get shot after Marty tells him.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many times does Marty have to let this man know that you're gonna die if you don't don't either prepare or get out of town?
Yep. That he sends that since they have no gas, they have to find another way to travel through to get 88 miles per hour.
The train.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, have to use the old railroad.
Of course, he falls in love with the woman he tried not to fall in love with. Anyway. And he does, in the end, despite regretting making the time machine, he still ends up making a time machine. Into a train, which comes into play in the animated show with the same initials too.
So why we saw the DeLorean get destroyed, so he has the train. How in the world do we get another DeLorean?
He built another one.
Why?
And it's a portable one too, that you can just.
He got PIM particles?
He has it more like in a suitcase, basically. Suitcase? Oh.
So he has Stark tech.
Yeah.
Because remember...
Yeah. Yeah, he has.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But then again, remember, Hank Pym, he had all his cars in a Hot Wheel... special Hot Wheel case.
Yep. But let's talk about his love interest. Mary Steenburgen, played by Clara Clayton.
I think you have it the wrong way around. Clara Clayton, played by
Mary Steenburgen. Her second time travel movie she worked on.
Yeah.
Only she doesn't have an ex-husband to go with it this time.
Yeah. The madman himself, Malcolm McDowell.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, we're probably going to have to do a couple of his films.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to pick carefully.
Yep. But she's introduced mainly through the tombstone at first.
Yeah. And also the name of the ravine.
Yeah, Clayton Ravine.
Where apparently there were two endings for her that it ends up getting named after her.
Yeah.
Either fell into the ravine when she was trying to travel to Hill Valley, or Doc dying and she couldn't go on.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the ravine is renamed.
Yeah. Yep. Doc finds his soulmate that has everything that he's been looking for from a woman. Love of science fiction. Even though she's from another time and he's from another time.
Yeah.
They both connect.
And it's very nice.
Yep.
You know, it feels true, genuine.
Yep.
You know, that Doc found someone that gets him.
Yep.
And she feels the same way towards Doc.
Yep. Yeah, Mary Steenburgen does a great job, especially at first when she doesn't believe when he finally tells her that he's a time traveler. This isn't the first time her character she has a character that also doesn't believe that her love interest is a time traveler.
Until you see some crazy shenanigans.
Yeah. So she decides to leave on the train and then changes her mind once she finds out that, yep, that Dark's so heartbroken over her breaking up with him.
Yeah, that he actually drank alcohol and knocked himself out for how long?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just from one shot.
Yeah.
But that was some strong stuff.
Yep. But in the end, they get together and get married and have 2 kids.
Which makes me try to figure out. I know this is time travel, but how much time passed for him?
Like maybe 10 years.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm having Tekken flashbacks where one character got surgery and it only felt like a minute, few seconds for him, but in reality 5 years had passed.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll be able to play a big part in the animated show, which Bob Gale doesn't really like all that much, even though he
permitted it.
Yeah. He preferred a more Doc and Marty's adventures, not the kids getting into trouble.
Yeah, I get that.
Since they're mainly focused on them, and Doc and Marty were sort of in the background.
I mean, we already had their story.
I know.
I mean, why are you upset? We got their story. Their story was finished.
Although the animated series does sort of ruin Marty's character a little bit when it comes to being a lady, when it comes to his relationship with Jennifer, but that's a different story.
Why'd they have to do him like that? Come on. Jennifer is his one and only. He met his own children.
Yeah. Well, one. He met one of them. She met all the kids.
Well, true.
But let's talk about another Tannen. Buford Mad Dog Tannen, played by, of course, Thomas F. Wilson.
Apparently being a bully just runs in the genes.
Yeah. And there's also Tannen's all over the universe and the country through the anime show. Whether from Rome or Britain, yes. There's British and Roman Tannens also.
Oi, McFly!
Yeah. Yep. That we find on the anime show, yep.
Good Lord.
Yep, so yep.
How in the world did the Tannens end up in America then?
Don't know. But yep, we got that little Easter egg earlier on in the Biff Tannen Museum. When he looks like a totally different guy. His beard had a lot to it.
Well, time.
Well, it was also early work. They changed his look by Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, but there also could have been a difference as far as photography and when they filmed it.
Mm-hmm. But he's there to go kill Doc Brown or Marty or both.
It doesn't matter. He just feels like shooting somebody.
Yeah. He doesn't like getting called Mad Dog.
Even though that's his moniker. That's his thing.
Yep.
But I guess when he finally died, he was okay with it?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, bro, you are a mad dog. You're mad. You act dirty, downward. I mean, yeah, you a dog. It fits.
Gets a little rapey with Clara.
What is with that? Why is that also genetic? Why?
I have no idea.
Is this the reason why we never saw Biff's parents?
Probably, yeah.
Is that the reason why he lives with his grandma?
Probably.
Lord have mercy.
Yep. But he does some terrible stuff that we learn from the history books. And he does a gunslinging showdown with Marty, which doesn't go his way.
Yeah, as Marty has to deal with another, oh no, I might not exist anymore. But this time I'm gonna die.
That he decides to go outsmart Tannen.
Yeah, and also learn to not let insults dictate how he reacts to things.
Mm-hmm. That he ends up being the first hand to go in the manure.
See, now at least that's a good genetic thing, that every Tannen must deal with manure.
Yeah. And when Marty goes back to a fixed timeline, Biff's back to his old, getting bullied by his father self.
Be much more nice.
Yeah. By giving him his truck and his keys.
Yeah, after washing and waxing.
Yep.
And he better put double coats.
Yep. But then, of course, we get Leah Thompson, who gets the special end credit in this, because her third credit got replaced by Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah.
She plays Lorraine McFly. She does a good Scottish accent, also.
Yeah, she actually did really good with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's there not trusting of Marty.
Despite the fact of how similar he looks to her husband.
Yeah.
Just facial hair.
Yep. She's just sort of there.
Yeah, I mean, well, remember
Maggie
this.
McFly, yeah.
I mean, remember this is a Doc Brown story. We're not focusing too much on Marty.
Yep. Of course, she does reprise her role briefly as Lorraine McFly.
Yeah.
Back in that old makeup, briefly. Getting ready for brunch, even though I thought they already was having breakfast earlier on. And it's supposed to be the same day.
Yeah, and wasn't his brother going to work?
Yeah. We should put that in there.
And apparently his sister also changed clothes.
Yeah. Either it was the next day or it was supposed to be the same day. I'm not.
Time is confusing in this.
Yeah. But she did great, mainly Maggie. Because Lorraine was just a cameo. Of course, another sort of cameo was Jennifer Parker. Elizabeth Shue.
Yep.
She was there to let Marty know of his own future.
Yeah. So he doesn't utterly destroy his hands and arms.
Yep.
So he can pursue his music career.
Yeah. Where we get to see Marty's bully again, his own Biff.
Yep. Needles, played by one of the greatest bass players to have ever picked up a bass, Flea.
Yep. Yep.
And again, why would you ever listen to a man that looks like that? No offense, Flea, you're awesome, but good Lord, why would you ever listen to or take a challenge by a guy that looks like that?
Yeah.
And on top of it, it weirds me out in both this film and the previous one that Flea is wearing clothes. I've seen this man perform. I thought he was allergic to shirts. And sometimes just clothes in general. This man wore just a sock. I've seen this man play in a kitchen sink, and I don't think he was wearing underwear. Flea is allergic to clothes, so it's weird to see him with layers.
But we get to see what Marty could have done.
Yeah.
But he changed his future.
For the better.
Yep. And then we get the rest of the McFly family, who are also just cameos.
Yeah.
Even though Marc, McClure, and Wendi, Joe Sperber do get an opening credit thing.
I guess apologies for the second film.
Or the first film, because they're also in the end credits.
True.
So they get promoted, even though it's just a cameo.
Hey, they deserve it.
Yeah. Yep, and of course we're going to talk about... Of course, everything's back to normal. Dave McFly's not a drunk hobo like from the lead scene of Back to the Future 2. We go Sperber. It's our last time we'll see her.
Yeah.
Of course, we get to talk more about Marc McClure later on this year.
Yes. Who would have thought?
Of course, we also get the other George McFly, Jeffrey Wiseman.
Is this more of the reason why Bob Gale ends up getting sued by Crispin Glover?
Yeah.
2 movies you used Crispin Glover's face mold to make Jerry Weissman look like him.
Yeah.
And now that added more legality for actors and studios, and it's a new rule in the Screen Actors Guild that you need permission.
But they're all going to family brunch, whether it's the same day or the next day. Let us know in the comment section, because we didn't really pay attention. I thought it was still the same day.
I
thought it was still the same day that he left for the future.
No, it might be the next day because they kind of allude to what was going on with Marty and Jennifer when they went on their trip.
Yeah.
So it might be the next day.
Yeah. But then we get James Tolkan, who plays a major role in this movie, as another Strickland. Marshall James Strickland.
And he has hair.
And a beard.
Which is so weird.
And he's taught the Stricklands, all his family, the part about discipline. Yes, which will come into play with Strickland's sister in the Telltale games of Back to the Future.
Lord have mercy.
To the extreme.
Yeah. Fascist oligarchy future.
Yeah. Where she's the man behind the man, because that's the one in charge. Because they got married. Thanks to time traveling shenanigans messed up.
How in the world did she influence Doc for that to happen?
She influenced his teenage version.
Of course.
So no Clara, no nothing.
Of course. Mess with hormones.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
But why would she do... I thought she didn't like... I guess Doc's not a slacker.
Yeah.
I thought they hated slackers.
Yeah, well, in that timeline, young Doc Brown, apparently, he stopped the Tannens with his invention. And she thought that was...
I guess that shows initiative.
Yeah. And a bit of a turn on for her, so yeah. In the game. But we'll get more into the game once we actually do that. But Marshall Strickland, he's there to go make sure that Mad Dog doesn't do any
shenanigans.
Although we don't see him when he gets arrested. We don't get to see him when Mad Dog gets arrested because deleted scene.
Yeah. Do we bring that
Yeah.
up? If they had kept that deleted scene, Mad Dog would have killed Marshall Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
And the audience would have just wanted Marty to kill Mad Dog.
But we can't let Michael J. Fox commit murder.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
So never happened. Although it does also get they actually do references in the game.
Marshal Strickland.
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over 100 years ago.
That's not how I remember it.
Yep. He sees a newspaper clipping. Says Marshal Strickland gets killed by Mad Dog Tannen. He's like, I don't remember that happening.
Oh, so that is canon.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. As a little Easter egg, yep.
Oh, Lord, that's canon.
Yeah.
Is that what influenced his son to then teach his son?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. This breaks me a little.
Yeah. But let's talk about the good. Of course, the plot was a good Doc Brown focused story. He's not in the background.
Yeah.
He's not the exposition this time because Marty's the exposition. We get a more unique setting. We get to see Hill Valley pre-Clock Tower.
In the Old West.
Yeah.
Before California became what it is
Yeah.
during that time.
Yep. Yep. We get to see the old saloons, everything. Because I think Universal still had their old Western sets from back in the day. Back when they did the all the way from the 1920s when they did silent Western movies.
Ah.
So they were still able to use those sets.
Before things got moved to Italy.
Yeah.
And that's where they made their Westerns.
Yep. Yep. Of course, the acting. Definitely Christopher Lloyd. He does a great job being emotional. And you can feel for him when he gets his heart broken from Clara. When he tries to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
And everything.
You feel for Doc with that whole story.
Yep. Of course, Michael J. Fox is great with his performance as Marty. I like him better as Seamus McFly, the voice of reason.
And a lot of it is just his look
Yep.
at Marty, like, you don't have to choose this.
Yep.
You can find another way.
Yep. Yep, he does all. Along with, and also the special effects aren't as technical as it was with the multiple Michael J. Foxes. We actually just see those two. That's the only real special effect is those two interacting from time to time. Yeah. Of course, Mary Steenburgen as Clara. She helped bring Christopher Lloyd's game up into acting with their chemistry together.
Which, they had fantastic chemistry.
Yep. They liked it so much that they brought her back for the anime show voicing her character.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she one of the few actors that actually came back
Yeah.
to voice herself.
Yep.
Huh.
Next to another actor, Thomas F. Wilson. He also came back to voice a lot of Tannen's and himself.
Hey, I mean, it kind of led to his fantastic career as a voice actor.
Yep. But he did great as Mad Dog Tannen.
Yeah, which we despite how much of a terrible person he is, there's a bit of him that is actually rather funny. And I actually like his rapport with the gang.
Yep.
That actually have, like, a little bit more personality themselves.
Yep.
Go ahead. 7!
And then try and pull out the shootout sooner than later. But we have a rob a bank on Monday. Or we have to rob a bank on Sunday. What about Monday? Is Monday good? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. Yep, of course, the use of practical effects, the train pushing the DeLorean, and the train destroying the DeLorean.
Yes.
Which, it did feel kind of sad when the DeLorean got destroyed.
Yeah, but it was necessary.
Yep.
So much shenanigans with time had occurred in just a matter of, a week and a half?
Yeah. Of course, the old man in the saloon, the cameos. The old man in the saloon, Pat Buttram, who was the voice of the sheriff of Nottingham in the Robin Hood cartoon. Which, once we get to the Robin Hood adaptations and redo Robin Hood Men in Tights, we'll go over that too.
We have plans.
Harry Carey Jr., he also did a lot of westerns. So did Dub Taylor. Yeah, all three of them all did westerns. Well, four of them with Matt Clark as the bartender. Chester the bartender. They all started in old westerns and other projects. So they all had their own.
It was a nice little Easter egg to add.
Yeah. Of course, the ZZ Top Band is a festival.
Yes. One of the best bands to have ever picked up instruments. Yep. Playing the festival band. Billy Gibbons on guitar, Frank Beard on his drum, and the late great Dusty Hill playing his bass. ZZ Top.
Yep, they were great. The music was great during the festival.
Plus, they also got to do their gimmick of flipping the instruments.
Of course, we've already discussed the Doc Brown and Clara's love story was great. Marty learning to calm down from insults.
Yeah, just learn that he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't take anything from him. Don't let him get under your skin.
Yeah. Of course, the music.
Yes. Double Back by ZZ Top. We got to hear The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News again.
As a cameo in Needle's truck.
Yes, which was nice. Give us some Huey Lewis. He made 2 songs for this franchise.
The bad, of course, Doc's quote at the end, because it kind of makes no sense if your fire disappeared when the whole facts disappear.
Yes. Shouldn't the paper have also disappeared?
Yeah.
Or does the company already still exist during that time?
Yeah.
It might still exist during that time.
Yeah. Yep. Like you said about Marshall Strickland, which, of course, the video game, probably not. Doc's plan of making Jennifer her trip to the future didn't work with her, making her forget it, making her think it was all a dream.
Yeah.
Especially when he said show up with the time train.
I guess forget that, huh?
Yeah.
She gonna have to know now.
Yeah. Yep. So. Yep. All right. So want to get to the scores?
Yeah.
I give this an 8 out of 10. It was a good movie, a good Doc Brown movie. Still not my favorite, but I still like the Doc Brown story. I can't say that any of the Back to the Future movies are worse, but this is like just down below.
For me, I actually give this one a 9.
Yeah.
I actually put this one a little bit above the second one.
Hmm.
I really enjoy this one. And the fact that it's kind of the role reversal as, this is now Doc's story and Marty's guiding him rather than Marty's story, Doc guiding him. You know, it's nice to see a bit of a reversal plus a whole completely different, you know, time period. You know, we're not reverting back to the first film and seeing the 50s again. We're the whole thing is taking place in one unique setting.
Mm-hmm. Before we go, we have a special Back to the Future thing.
Yes, as we are going to focus on something that unfortunately I never got to experience, but my co-host did. Back to the Future, the ride.
Well, when roll us out?
Sure. Well, thank you all for watching. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click the post notification bell to be updated with all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.
Jump through a space not long ago. I thought I knew the place so well. It wasn't the same, now it goes to show. Sometimes you never can tell.